I should be getting live here in a hot second. Double check everything. Check there.
Yep. See that there.
Alright.
And now I will transition over the Twitch stream in just a moment here.
It's all good, man. But since I'm here and I can, let's share the actual screen. And I'll do the announcement whenever you're ready.
Alright, I've made the transition. It looks like it's going through.
Alright. So, welcome everyone to Robot Pony 6, the number of the droid. Yeah, I have to find more creative ways to do this because after the first, 4, you have to be like, okay, how do I do this now? So, this go round, we're looking at a number of fun little robots. And we're starting off with structure. How is a robot put together? How is it done? Because there are multiple ways you can do it, and a lot of fun designs to go with it. Let's start off with this character right here. You can see how, this is very much a frame of a character with all the hoses and wires and armor plating and whatnot. And how, yes, it's so well done, yet it looks completely off. Especially whenever you see that face. That is both awesome and horrifying. You have the photoreceptors, you have the audio input devices such as a mic, you have a speaker. All around creepy yet fluid design. And then you have something like this. A more plated design, almost in one with just being a robot in the shape of a pony. But you notice all the little greeblies and whatnot that turn it into something a little bit more. And here we have basically a straight built robot pony. It looks like it could be a cyborg, or it could just be a standard robot character with a nice pony face. Who's to truly say? You see a lot of these in the Mega Man design, but there is a bit of things. Now for the next one here, if you were here earlier, you would have noticed I commented on this. Well, this is why. That is another way to do a robot pony. You just have it structured like that, and then you can make funny puns like, hey, your hair looks like lettuce. Ha. But then we have a more sleek design here with the grabber claws and a very nice red color. As always, at the end of the panel, I will link to the the file that I have with all the images on there, as well as a few other things. So you can go find the images yourselves, either save them or backsearch them and find the original artists and support them. This one I'm always a little bit on the fence of with, what do we call the, plane bots? Because really it's yes, that's a robot, but is it a vehicle into a pony, or is it a robot with flight capabilities? It's always one of those fun things of multiple things, multiple answers. And then there's this gorgeous design here. I want to say this is inspired by Celestia in some way, or it could just be the standard aperture or robot design with the iris and the digital horn. But I can't really place it. I love how they did the ear, though. Very nice and very, I won't say different, but very well contoured. And then we have this type of structure where, yeah, we've all had those days. And unlike, the plane bot we saw earlier, this looks like it's an actual, like, flapping wing or like a gliding wing. And it's kind of fascinating how we just see two different things. Also, I believe the hair is holographic or a hard light. Hard to tell with the black and white. Tread hair. Sorry. Yeah, Tread is very popular in the robot design. And given what his original design and then his later characters also sharing in that design philosophy. Very nice, and it looks fantastic. This one, with the hard lights and whatnot, I'll be frank with you, this was hidden behind suggestive, but yeah, no, this wouldn't need to be put in the not safe for work section of Ponies Online. Mainly because nothing's shown, and also it's just plating. It's not like an actual bikini. And then we have this fun little tit about of a character design on how they did their pony, where the joints are, and how did Applejack get here? It's very neat. Alright. And then we have multiple different designs here. I apologize for the blur. It took me a while to get through, but I'm also like, well, if stuff's not looking good, look to the original artwork, because I should not profit off of somebody else's well-done designs. And then we have what I would call a proto-gen-esque type of design. Mainly with the face mask and the plug on the end. It's very clearly a nice reference to that design. And also, the eyes make it look cute. Well, then we have this design over here of, I believe that's a Sunshed robot, but I can't really make out because of all the wires and whatnot. It's quite neat and interesting, but it's something that I'm like, it's a very nice design. Then we have something truly silly here. Trixie as either a Cortana looking robot or, a genie, and it's like, that's odd. Excuse me for a moment. I have to deal with IRL stuff because that's the fun of life. And here's another good look at a character design with very pony silhouette, but once you see the details, you can tell the difference. A very nice look, and I enjoy the color contrast on it. But I enjoy that it looks almost indistinguishable from the other character. Here we get into a much more, I won't say utilitarian design, but a lot more solid, almost inner working looks. The armored panels, the back plate, the tail, and the mane being the only real thing. And then we get a little bit of a close-up view, and even the eyes are so different. Just like spheres. Excuse me. And then we have this fun little meme. 2 weeks without head packs. Think about what that does to a mare. And then look at this cute little thing over here. But it has the curved ears. I can't really see a mouth on it, so it's probably, closed. And I love the little panel line with either freckles or, like, bolt holes. Very nice. And then we get something big like this. And it's like, dang, that should be a mech. But I also like that it took some either evil unicorn or changeling design. I mean, actually, it could be a pony changeling robot hybrid. It's hard to tell with some of this stuff, but it still looks neat. Hey, look, it's our lettuce pony again. A more cleaner view, and you see that they only have either a mono eye or that line separates. don't really know, but it still looks neat regardless. And here we have the front example being what you see in a lot of, I won't say adaptations, but a lot of cyborg augments with the front, mainly because it gives them hands and it's very neat. It's always a fun design. See what's going on. And then this demented thing. I mean, it works, but the dip eyes give me concern, and that logo up front. Yeah, I'm not feeling that for some reason. But, oh well, it happens. Finally a little bit more, I won't say humanoid, but a little bit more anthro with this. Mainly because of the hands, but also, I like how they distinguish, okay, either that neck brace is actual neck or it's an out covering. And the wing design looks very nice. Different from, what we've seen before, but still a very nice thing. Oh, look, we're back to Tread, and dang, he got a big one. Oh, look! One of the first times we're seeing a Gundam reference. We might see more. Hey, looking at that head, it kind of looks like a Zaku. God dang it, I didn't know the Zaku reference. Curse you, Tread. And then we go from cute to, oh no, it's coming to kill us all. Yeah. You can see where the knees are, and it's almost as if it's growing out of this, and I'm like, how could it hide that much in there, but given the length of its body? I just wouldn't know. It's rather neat. And then we have this one, which could have been done more in Cyberpunk, but I decided, you know what? It's good to show that this is the type of character that is augmented rather than just full-on robot. And it's kind of neat how they did it with the visor on the back, the hooves, and I want to say disc, but it could just be a laser cut there. Finally, we have the name of our favorite lettuce head. And oh, he does have a mono eye. Neat. But also here you see the different ways it is done and how it's put together. And then we have, again, a more proto-gen thing. And with the billy goat horns on one side and the back horns on the other. I'm not fully sure. This was tagged under robot, so I could have grabbed something else by mistake, but still, it's something that definitely works for our structure case here. And then we have this fun thing. And apparently her name is Rai, and we have what looks to be, or that could be the artist's name, because it also gives me very heavy reference to, like, Mercy from Overwatch, so I'm not sure. We have Normal Pony and Robot Pony, or Normal Pony Battle Mask. Either way, still neat. And here we have another breakdown of someone's robot character, which, again, it's very nice to see how someone came up with this idea. Yeah, and also what contributed to it. Or it could just be a doodle. You don't know, it looked nice. Now, this touches on to, like, some of the darker side of robots in the fandom. I'm not going to go too much, but yeah. That's some of the funner stuff you can do with them. Still, I love how, we have another humanoid design, and still with the folded wings, but not, again, like we've been seeing in others. Similar, but not the same. And then this. Don't you hate it whenever your butt won't get in gear? But hey, let's see if that does better. And I should be back. Alright. Alright. Should be back again. I'll have to deal with the cut there. But yeah, this type of reference sheet is very nice to see and a fun thing to look at. So fun, in fact, I have it twice on 2 different characters. But that kind of shows this is how different everything can be whenever stuff is being, design and artists are doing their work. But hey, it's just nice that someone's like, hey, here's how my technology works. Cool. Your design's better. And then we have what I would call, I would say a utilitarian pony design, because it's heavily done. The back leg's been repaired, and look at all the gadgets it has. It's all very neat, and I love the composition of this. Again, it's one of those things, I don't know the full backstory because this is just grab, go, and run. But if it interests you, please go check out the original artist and all the fun that they do. Speaking of fun, why is it looking at me like that? It being creepy. But it happens. Still, love the open eye socket here, implying that something went wrong. But also love how you see the different layers of either coating on top or below. And then we have this cute thing. I don't know why it's so cute. Someone thought it was cute. But still, I love the different design here with the chest having a monitor or a terminal. Well, and the eyes being as they are. Very nice. Hey, love more influence from, I just said beforehand and my mind blanked on it. The Progen. There it is. My process is slow, and if OBS is doing that to me, yikes, I need to work better on my processor. And then we have a fun reference to AM. And it's like, dang, calm down, man. You don't need to fly yourself off the handle like that. God dang. Hold on, I'm checking my notes. Am I sure this isn't one of the frames I needed for Hollow a Pixel? Maybe Hex. Nah, not Hex. But still, that's a very nice thing, and I believe it's a good reference to something very old that, if you know, you know. Hit the blue and green pony. Good times. Now let's go to what I found posted this year, and I specifically say posted this year, on Bow that has the cannon. Because we have someone doing fan art of Izzy with her mini machines and a welder. Now, this is fan art, but I'm still putting it here because, dang it, Izzy deserves to be mentioned that she built robots. She is a robot builder. She needs to be on Robot Wars. Then we have this actual canon robot dog in Equestria Girls. Did I show it beforehand? Maybe, but I found it again this year. Then there was this competition where, oh look, another robot. I'm not surprised Equestria Girls comes here more than the others because, canon. And then there's Pony Life. Goodness gracious, it is kind of neat, but also I feel an ease looking at these characters. But enough of that. let's see the real fun of this panel. Robots as ponies. Yes, we actually get to what this panel's all about. Okay, more tread stuff and RX-77-2 Needle. I feel like that's very clearly a Gundam reference, but I'm not getting it outside of like a gun cannon or a gym cannon. Still, very nice design. And he is just a cute little pony. How did that... Oh, no, wait. I see the droids. Oh, look at them. They're so cute and fluffy. And then we have this fun little montage of characters with a very creepy looking pony. About 3 down on the left side. More tread head with Super Mario Kart inspired. Which, yes, very nice. Then we have Hatsune Miku and Hatsune Miku Toaster. Very cool. I like when people do the sillies with this. Another tread. And this character is very Mega Man coded, which is very nice. Ooh, I love this look of it. Especially with the angles, and I don't know if that's the bat's supposed to be it, or if it's all the horde coming towards us. Still, looks very nice and very neat. And here's just someone's adorable little robot pony. Ah, look how cute it is. It's very adorable. And then we all have the auto boop. I don't think that's a good thing to have, especially with the 4 gauge. And considering it's from the back hoof, that don't look good either. Still, very nice design tread. And we have a little bit more here. I think the robot pony here is Slash. No, wait, it's Knight. That was Slash. Turned out to be Knight. There's a joke there on a Transformers level that I can't make. And then another tread, which, again, love the design, and it looks like a space station. That's why there are propellers, but hey, it could just be boosters. And then we have this fun thing, and it's very nice seeing these different designs right here. Granted, I did it just because it looked good. And tread once more, but this time with a character you might have seen around more, 16-bit. The video game inspired robot pony. Don't she just look adorable? And then we have Cute-a-bot. Fairly done robot. The skirt looks nice, and the warmers are also nice, but feel on it. Sorry, I don't feel very at ease around this one. So let's move on to the next. And here's a meme that has been going on. I like working at the mechanoid factory. Guess we're making chem fuel now. I have no idea what the actual context is. It's just neat. And also, a fun little meme to throw into here. Now here's a fun design thing. How does the tail and horn affect a character's design? Which we see here. And it's a very nice look for this character. I love how the black bends. And it's just a very cool, very cute looking design. Unlike this, trapped forever here in robot hell. I don't know the context of this. But dang, someone had a lot of effort going into this. And that's actually kind of neat. Now, granted, it's one of those things of the context would have been better, but hey, what can you do? It's not very clear. And I just grabbed these at random. Still within the year, but I tried to order them somewhat. Ooh, she's back. And she's showing why those feet were made for walking and why they are very much claws. Still, nice lighting on this, good design, and it has a nice follow. She does know you don't need to chew on that for the graphics, right? Right? Oh, and this is adorable. Look at the cute little robot. Look at the cute little robot. And something that I also enjoy is whenever we get a good light up thing with the LEDs. Query, what is a nicotine? That's just nice. Also love this little serial number on the chest. And then we have Sodabot sprays. Very cute design and looks very nice. Love the little thing in the middle of the chest. And we have some G5 style characters from Treadhead. Very cute, very nice. And then we have this crazy thing. I don't know if there's a reference here, but he is fun looking. And if you were here earlier for the SFM nostalgia, you would have seen this scene. And apologies, my dog is being very annoying today. But yep, always gotta have the mascots in the panel somehow. And then there's this. The poor thing tried to broke the screen. And then there's this cute little thing. It wants to kill. Or it wants snuggles. I don't know which. And now we go to thing that I added last year because there were so many of them. The Sweetie Bot. Yes, I love my sister, Applejack. That's a fun little edit someone did. Oh no, the bot's been revealed. And oh, that's actually a good design. Oh, I love the context now. It was getting her cutie mark that revealed, oh right, she's a robot. And everyone's like, the heck? Ooh, this is also fun. My body works. I know it's just the same. I know. My only difference is robot influence. I feel called out, but I don't know if I am. And then we have the Sweetie Bot that said, I chose violence. It was not the answer. It was the question. And then someone, I think, testing it? I'm not sure. But it's still a neat drawing. And apparently this was at Galacon where I think the IRL Sweetie Bot was at. Again, not sure. Grabbed this off of Derpy Boru, so the context is very much out of my hands. Then we got the lightning striking our Sweetie Bot. Now, was that intended? Or was it unintended? I don't know. Looks cool though. And then we have the bot and the original. What will we do? How can we stop the robots from taking over whenever we don't know who's the original? I have kid. We know the right one it is, right? Right. Alright. So, back on the thing. Now, I don't know if this is actually originally just a Sweetie Bot or if it's a pull from the Battle Gem Ponies, because they do have a sprite that looks very similar to Sweetie Bot. Beyond that, it's still a nice thing, and she looks sad. I don't like seeing her sad. And then she's like, you ain't gonna plug me in? I have a rocket. I will use the rocket. Still very nicely designed, and I love the impacts behind her. Ooh, and then there's this. I can't fully make out the screens, but it feels very Flight of the Navigator if it was not a kid's movie. And then we have the IRL one. Look at that one. She's so adorable. And look at that one. That's also adorable. And we go from adorable to freakishly creepy. Yeah. There's a story with this one that I'm not going to even try to parse out here. Because look at it. That thing tells a story and a half. And then we have the very fun V8 Sweetie Bot. Ideal for loving, protecting, and combat missions. Yay! Cyberpunk with the Sweetie Bot. Hooray! And with that, we get into the crossovers. And also, White Phoenix, I'm sorry that the one with all the funky stuff needs to be banished from human nightmares. And yes, set phases to hug Philomena. Let's go to the crossovers now. Hey look! We got an Optimus Prime as an Alicorn! Hey, look, we got a Starscream and a Megatron. That horn's a little bit funky, but still nice designs overall. Hey, look, we got. Okay, I don't know if that's supposed to be Sentinel Prime. They meant Arachnid, but they look cute. They look very nice and a lot of fun. And then we got a little crossover here with Halo. I don't know which one of these would be the robot pony in it, but it's still nice. And also, it move. I think this is meant... Nope. It's got the Fallout behind it. So, yep, it's meant to be a robot from Fallout. Still, nice design. And I love... Oh, it's a synth, of course. Why didn't I put that together? And then we just have our favorite, like, source filmmaker models of Starscream, Soundwave, Little Pip, and I don't know if that's a lightning dust. It's a little too blurry for me. And then, speaking of crossovers, we got Twice Sniper versus Robot Twice Sniper. It's always neat seeing how they reference stuff in TF2 in Pony. And then we have another Fallout crossover. I think we're mostly here for the iBot, that is a Perestrite. Still, very nice character, and I love how they did the design. Now we might be going into Mega Man, because we have the chibi version and the full version, which neat. And same for Twilight over here. Very nice. Yeah, this version of Fluttershy, I only found the one with the wings out or tucked away. Still, nice designs overall. Yeah. And then we have a crossover with Big Hero 6 and the Equestria Girls version of Midnight Sparkle. And then we just have Metal here. Metal Sonic just having tea with Celestia. Nothing odd here, just a robot and a princess hanging out, as you do. And I think this got in because of the texture pack, but also the robot in the background, which I refer to as Cosworth, but I know it's like a Mr. Handy. And then we have Detroit Become Human. Can you guess which one of these is Carter and which one of these is the human he's stuck with? Yep. Very nice design and very good detail. Yeah, it is rude, but that's kind of the way the game is. And then we have the cute little thing of Stray. I miss that little drone. It was the best of us. Yeah. And another Fallout reference. At least I think that's what is going on here. It's hard to tell. Well, mainly because, dang, that character has a lot going on with the bat wings and all. And I think that is a power, like assassin droid. It's hard to make out over here. And then there's this where she got a robot tail, and I think that is a robot. And then we have this character. I know not of this character. I just know that's a robot. And someone drew that robot as a pony. But I couldn't do it as pony robots because this is clearly a crossover. And then someone made the pony robot butler for Larry Boy from VeggieTales. I don't know. It's working. It's neat. It's unique. But I still cock my head to the side and go, what? Sometimes creative people do silly stuff. And while it's technically not fully a part of the fandom, here's a fighting is magic thing of of the alpaca, which I forgot the name of, I'm a bad person, and the robot duplicate of her. Very neat. Oh, look, another Metal Sonic, or Metal Overlord, and I think that's an Amy Rose pony. Not really sure, I'm just letting it go and have fun. Well, here's an I think you could actually do this in like Ponytown, but I'm not sure. It could just be custom sprite work. But you could make yourself a Metal Sonic. Which, look how cute he is. He's an adorable little meta machine. And then we just have a standard crossover of, look, Jenny's with Pinkie Pie. Hooray! Ah, they're adorable. And these are murderers. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Still very nice. And here's one with a little bit closer look at N. Because, let's face it, Murder Drones was a very lovely show, and they make good ponies. But, yeah, cute designs all around. Ah, another reference to who Detroit Become Human. I don't know how they did the full cast, but it's neat that we see Fluttershy as the female one take care of the kid. And then we have a FNAF reference. Lolbix, you look so nice, but oh so creepy. Again, apologies for the dog. He being a sad boy because I blocked him out of my room. And then we have an Ava. Ava. Getting the robot apple bloom. Sorry about that. Oh, look, a GLaDOS pony. That doesn't seem out of place. Nope. Ah. Excuse me. Apparently there is a bot of some kind in my thing. Alright. Alright, I'll deal with it in a moment. Oh well. Stuff's happening on my other side, so I'm just trying to deal with it. Ah, dang it. Oh well. Sorry about that. Hate whenever that happens. Yeah, that is very true. Well, it's always neat seeing it, though. And then we have this fun little old Boogie Bot from Poppy Playtime is a pony. Look at that cute little thing. And now here's the XJ9 that we all know and love as a pony. And speaking of GLaDOS, here's another version of it, but with Celestia. Here's that same base done on another character, which I don't know the full context, but they feel more like a crossover. Then we have a Soundwave, which very nice. A Metabee. I'll go back on the Metabee for a moment. Still very nice. Don't know this character, but it feels like a Fallout one. Maybe Nick Valentine? What looks to be a RoboCop. A Hal. And we end on a Jenny on that streak. Still, love that style for Jenny. And then we come over here. I'm not sure if the character in front is Applejack, but I know the one in the back is BT. Which, if you know Titanfall 2, you know. There we go. Take a moment, but I got back there. And then we have more Transformer crossover. This is just silly right here. It's very silly and I love it. And now we have an actual crossover with the Mega Man and Pinkie Pie. I know Balloon Man was a thing, so Pinkie has having that ability. Very nice. Yep. Skipped over this one for a moment, but we have the Terminator. Honestly, could have used this in structure, but it looks far too good to not just have as the crossover. And then some Undertale / Deltarune. It's hard to categorize this, because if I just say, oh, it's the Toby Foxverse, then, you know, people might not get it. Still, very nice. Love seeing Mettaton as that. And Task Manager. At times I wish I had better use of a Task Manager. Yep. Hey, look! Our companion that has been missing for a while. He's now the Ghoul in Fallout, the TV show. Still, pretty neat, to all things considered. And now into the Five Nights at Freddy's crossovers fully. So we take Glamrock Freddy, we take Twilight Sparkle, and combine them into this. She looked good. We take Chica and Rarity and make this. She also looked good. We take Applejack and Monty And we get this very punk rock. And she looked good. We take Roxy and Dash, and well, we just get Dash with wolf ears and a little bit more flair. Still look good though. And this is how we deal with Vanessa and Vanny. We have them be separate characters. Hooray! Ooh, this was inspired. Luna and Mix. That is actually a pretty inspired design, all things considered. Very creepy, but also looks very nice. And then there's Pinkie Pie and Pinkamena. Honestly, it looks so nice. The moon face, though, still disturbs me on this. Because, And then we got Starlight that got the short end of the stick. Yeah, she's a body in this, and that eye has seen better days. Well, the entire chassis has seen better days, but hey. Then we have Vinyl and Music Man. Honestly, this works far better than it has any right to show. It has any right to work. Because god dang, people would love this. Still, it's interesting and always fun. Now let's see the ponies themselves as actual robots, similar to any off there. I think I intended to do that. I'm not sure. We got a robot Dash. Looks like could be very compact in the right circumstances. We got a robot Pinkie that's chained up for some reason. Excuse me. We got a robot Shining Armor, which that says 9/4/13. Dang, that took a long time to be out. And we have one of the things that the Dot Mob series has ever done: Crest Kill Destroy Swag. I count it mainly because it was meant to be a replacement for Dash. Then we have another robot Pinkie with maximum floofage. Dear goodness gracious, girl, you got too much floof. Too much. I think that's a Lyra toaster and a Bonbon toaster with Lyra being silly. That's silly. Still lovely. And I think that's a Luna given the moon on the bottom there, and that's kind of creepy. That is very kind of creepy. And the Celestia is no better. Still very nice line work on these, and the colors look very, very nice. And then we just have Pinkie in a robot costume. I think I did this just because it's the funny point of, hey, ponies as robots. Robot costume. Huh. If I turn my head, do I look like that Vinyl bot? I think I have a resemblance. And then we have a Lunabot that decapitated themselves and put a pumpkin on their head. Now, this is just adorable, but I can see what people say. That might be cute, but it's also kind of creepy. And I have to agree with them. That is kind of creepy. But now on to Mick. And it's mostly photos, but here's a photo of a model kit of a Delanza with a shiny armor about to fight it off. And then there's this, and I look and go, okay, I see the heads, and I see the giant Twilight. What? It's clever and it's neat, but it's still, what? And I didn't really have too much, so let's go into Cyberpunk. Which, the only real Cyberpunk I had was this image. And very nice, it looks neat. Not much to really say. The aesthetics on point. But now, let's get to viewer stuff. Wherever you're watching me currently live, post your images for what you have for the robot ponies. What tickles your fancy? Show me what you like. Because part of the fun is always a little bit of audience participation in this. Because I showed up what I found, but I'm one person. Well, one bot in this case. What do you all have to show me? Because it's always a good thing to see what fantastical creatures you have found over time. Ooh, Fuse, that is a good one. Let me get it into the thing. Let me add it to the pile. Okay. So that's how it's going to be. That way, I have an extra thing for this reason. Okay, that is just a fantastic use of just design. Ooh. The White Phoenix, that also looks good. Let me get that as well. Probably gonna have to reverse image that. Right, got it. This is always the fun bit of doing stuff. Doodly-doo. There. Yeah, that is a good Luna bot. Yeah, and that's fair. It's one of those things of, I understand if you're just looking. Ooh, I see it's from a Milo Pony bot. And on YouTube. Oh no. It's from a thing 13 years ago. It has a Wheel of Fine thing. Oh, that poor thing. You could have bought it at one point. This was something available at one point. And you have the thing down there. Ooh. Fuse, that definitely has the honeycomb technique, which looks very, very nice. Yeah, just look at that. That is so nice and cute. No, that's fair, Phoenix. That is very fair. I'm saying, hey, go out, find what tickles your fancy. Show me what you have seen and what interests you, because I've shown you all the stuff from the past year I was able to find. And I only used one source, and that's how long I had on this, which is oh so nice. Ooh, some good stuff coming out here. Is that one? Because I'm using another window to house all these so I can put them on the final document and get all the fun stuff here. Back here, reverse image search. Ah, that stinks. Apparently that has an unsupported format. That is something bad. Oh, I have the reference to it, so I will gladly show it on the documents. But yeah, ooh, yes, that's Scootaloo. Yes, show me all the fun stuff you find. I might have seen it before, I might not. I've been doing this for 6 years, but there's always a chance. And that's Scootaloo, who has a very unknown thing because it might have been like robot Scootaloo, but it's now defunct and apparently it's transparent so you can see all the other images stacked under it. Still, very nicely done. I'll continue going down stuff here. It's taking me a moment to get places, but I'm also trying to, if I'm able to find the source so I can put it in my docs before everything else. Doodly doo, doodly doo. A very nice specimen as well. Alright, have that reference now so I can use that. Checking my side. Yep. All good still. That dash is tiny. That is a nice Jenny right there. And let me just get that there. Post there. Very nice, very nice. Oy. Doodly doo, doodly doo. Excuse me. Something got caught in the fans. Ooh, do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, and some of the stuff I'm seeing from finding these images are taking me to sites that I say, be careful out there. You never know what's out there. Doodly doo. Doodle-doo. Again, thank you for everyone that comes out to this, because I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I try to be like, here's something cool. Well, let's share in our like for all this fun, neat stuff. Ooh, found something just through random Google that was 12 years old. Diddly-doo, diddly-doo, diddly-diddly, diddly-doo. Alright, when it gets to, I'm going to say, a 20 after, we're going to have to slow down on everything, because we're going to have to get ready for the next thing coming up. Alright, gotta keep stuff moving and grooving. Funny enough, the Ultron looking one and could not directly go to the DeviantArt page that had it, but it still exists and it's neat for existing. Ooh, that is a very nice looking character as well. Again, apologize for just searching all these up. I just don't want to be rude and being like, yeah, I'll just take these and throw all them elsewhere. Another crayon. A lot of stuff on crayon. I feel like this crayon stuff is AI. Alright, yep. So, sadly, I found some of the stuff that I've been showing from a site called Crayon is literally AI. I'm still going to show it off because, well, let's see how it actually works with stuff that I know is not made by AI. Yep, it does not support the AI format. Got it. Yeah, and it's one of those things that it's... Yeah, if it has the crayon mark, it's AI gen. And that's kind of sad, because some of that looks nice. It's not good, it looks nice. it fits the aesthetic, but it's not, you know, it's not human art, and that's kind of what we celebrate here, regardless on, and you know, what we can do as actual people. We celebrate the fact that someone made something. That's kind of another thing this panel is for. If it is made and is very nice, we celebrate it. If it's made and not very nice, and I mean that in subject matter, not, you know, drawing skill, then we have a discussion on it. But all in all, I just try to have fun around here, make stuff a little bit silly, but keep it, you know, on the level. I see that chrysalis. I'm getting to that. I think when nearing the end, if I need to do one more search, it will be the last image that we do. I think I did have this one and from a previous year. But it's always nice to return and people go, hey, look at this cool thing I found. I saw it. I was able to put it in a previous year. Excuse me. But it's definitely one of those things of, it's neat seeing people find stuff you saw and went, yeah, I like that. Did I not copy that, or did I hit something? It's hard to tell from times. Doodle-doo, 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 doodle-doo. Alright. Legion from Mass Effect as a pony. I think they would like that. Alright, we'll end on the Twilight after I get this chrysalis. But yeah, as always, thank you for coming out to this and all the fun sillinesses that we do here at Ponies Online. Because really, it's you guys that make it all worth it, because it's just fun to show off some of the crazy stuff that we do. Woo, we are getting a few more. Alright. And at the moment, there's just a pile of robot ponies stacked on top of each other. Doodly-doo, And Fuse, you are welcome. And yeah, the robot pile is growing. But I always try to have this not only because, one, it's what started me to being involved with Ponies Online, but also it's just nice to be like, hey, let's go through some images and see, how it goes. Yeah, oddly enough, I'm seeing some stuff previously, but nothing with this one. Tis odd. Well, I think that Twilight I'll put on the pile and just have it be like, well, it's out there. Just crunchy enough that Google can find it. So let me get the stuff put onto the dock and get the dock live. And I will gladly have it so that people can look at all the images and do some reverse searching, find the things, the all on Depiporu, of course, but you know. But again, thank you all so much for coming out, and I hope to see you around, and I hope you have a good con. Till next time, have a good evening.